Hello everyone, I'm making this video to showcase a strategy that I think can be used by many roles right now and many champions, and that might even be seen play at Worlds. I think it's very strong, and I've been doing this in solo queue for a while on a couple of champions, and been trying to also make it happen in pro play. Basically, it's buying support item when you're not a support, right? So typically you will have the Nami or whatever buy Spell Thief or whatever the fuck, right? Relic Shield and stuff like that. When you're playing, let's say, champions like Galio in mid lane, or you're playing champions like Cillian, you can just buy a Relic Shield at like 15-20 minutes or whatever, and you can still farm, but then when you're grouped up with your team, you can push the wave and still give gold to your team, and eventually you'll get the item stacked, giving you wards. When the item is fully completed, it counts as a legendary item, and this is something that many people don't actually know. So when I go to this one, this is a legendary item, meaning that if I have, let's say, Luden's Echo, I get magic penetration from having this item. I'm also allowed to buy Wardstone later if I have this item, which means I can have two really cheap items that are legendary items, and then I get so much magic penetration or so much free AP and stuff like that, whatever mythic item I may have, right? So that's the tech. You buy support item, then you funnel your team. Then there's other ways to also use support items. Basically, support items is really OP. So I think when Lucian Nami was meta, and can still be played sometimes, but when Lucian Nami was meta, I believe and still believe that at around 5 minutes, whenever you get like a free base where you have like 400 gold spear, Lucian should buy a sickle, okay? The AD support poke item. If you have enough gold for like a pickaxe or something, then of course you buy the pickaxe because it's just so much better spike. But if you have like 400 gold laying around, you should buy sickle. And from that point on, Lucian pokes for gold. He presses W, Q, whatever. He does a trade and he pokes for gold. And Nami then farms the casters or a melee if she can see a way to do it. She just tries to pick up some farm. Lucian will farm like half of every wave. Eventually he will get the debuff. At that point he will look to reset whenever, and then he will sell the sickle. When he sells the sickle, almost half of the item comes back to you. So if you look here, when you sell it, you get 160 gold back, meaning you realistically only spent 240 gold. You can easily get 240 gold from this. So Lucian doesn't lose gold, but Nami will get her mandate like 200 plus gold faster, depending how long you're farming for, right? So Nami gets faster mandate, which especially in competitive play is really important. 200 to even like 300 gold on a support is a massive difference, it's a massive boost in power. So that's a good way to funnel using support item. Like I said before, for carries, you can buy it later in the game, and you can then turn it into the legendary item, and then you will get good mythic value and potentially wardstone. Like I said, on Cillian, for example, if I'm playing Cillian mid, let's say I have my Everfrost and Cosmic Drive. After that, every item is kind of whatever, so I could have bought a Relic Shield on whatever base I had between my Cosmic Drive and my next item, and then I will just get Wardstone and the fully item stacked up, and now I have a lot of vision for my team, and of course still have good stats. Wardstone, when you have that many items, is giving you a lot of stats. Keep in mind, Wardstone was meant for supports that don't have many items, but if you are a carry, you will have a lot of items. On champions like Victor and stuff like that, I don't think this strategy is so good, because you are farming so much and so often that you will just get the debuff really quickly, so it's not actually good. You also will have more items, which means that filling up your item slot so quickly is really bad, and you usually need other items like Void Stuff, which you don't need on champions like Cillian. So yeah, making this video to make others think about this. I do think that there's other bot lane duos that can do similar things, but I'm not going to talk about it. I'm gonna keep that secret for now. Maybe in the future I will do it. Here is a video of somebody doing it in competitive. I told these guys about it like 3 weeks ago or so, and they've been practicing it a bit. They actually sadly fucked it up a bit here. That's why you see that Nami has so little farm. They didn't play good with it. Lucian still got good gold, but Nami didn't farm because she fucked up one time. So yeah, but she did get some gold extra, like you see she has 8 CS. So she did get some gold, but she should have like almost 20 CS. And yeah, that's basically the strat. And if you guys have other ideas for strats like this using support items, I'd love to know. I do know that there is other strats with support items, like for example, when you have it stacked, you can sell it and then buy a new one to get more gold for yourself. My main problem with that is that usually the support doesn't really care about gold that much once they do have like one item. But yeah, that is also something you can do. Obviously, if you're playing a tank top lane, you can also buy a relic shield or something later as well. So yeah, thank you guys for watching, and let me know if you guys have any ideas.